Hello everyone, VanguardOfValor here, and welcome to another episode of FTL on board the VSS Solitude, the Federation Cruiser Type A that we've been using here for our Sole Survivor Challenge. In case you're not in tune with the previous episode, which you should be. The Sole Survivor Challenge involves using only one single crew member on any ship of your choice. You can dismiss any crew that you start out with, keep only one, and if you get anyone new in-game, you have to dismiss them as well. Let's see if we can actually get to the end with this thing. So right now we've got some pretty effective stuff going on. We've got our drone system online with a defense drone and a system repair drone. We've got some decent weapons here, including our ion bomb, which is pretty great. We've got our artillery beam leveling up, our shields and our engines leveling up, and things are generally looking pretty good. Hopefully we'll be able to keep things moving here and make sure we can make some more progress. Now here's their Mantis Control Sector map, and here's our only store, because this is a red area, so it only has one store in it, and it's right beside us, which is a little bit unfortunate, because we don't have any money to take advantage of it. But if we sell our two drones, our spare ones, we should. So let's go over to the store and see if we can't get anything good here. We probably want to get some repairs if they're cheap, and we'll have to see how it goes. Uncertain about what we'll discover at this beacon, we scan the surroundings. We detect several warnings on wideband channels discouraging any violence in protected trade space. Perhaps we can find some wares nearby. We take a look, they have a teleporter and more drones. That doesn't help us at all, but they do have cheap repairs, so we're going to take advantage of that after selling our anti-ship drone Mark II and our anti-personnel drone. Since we have the defense drone and the system repair drone, we're pretty much capped out on the drones we want, because we need this thing to be able to run this ship at all, and the defense drone is pretty damn useful for knocking down missiles, so we pretty much need those two. Especially because the ship doesn't have any cloak, because it's the Federation cruiser. So we're going to sell our spare drones, because we don't need them, and we're going to buy ourselves first of all, some more health. It's not good to be that low on health. And we use our 63 remaining scrap to buy a little bit more fuel, and we will use the rest of our money to hopefully, I was hoping for augments there, so we could buy like a shield recharge booster or something that would actually help us out a lot, but it looks like we're not that lucky. So we're probably going to spend the rest of our money on something like our weapons system, maybe? So we have another spare power bar if we're using the ion bomb, or our engines level 4. We should really, 5 rather, we should really get that thing up there, because level 5 engines are great, and it's a waste of time to not have them that powerful. So, let's see how we can do in this part of the sector now that we've actually made some progress. Hopefully there's not too many boarding parties, although this is Mantis space, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Our rebel ship moves into engage, and while we attempt to open communications, we realize the futility of that action when we see the ship is run by an AI. It's also trying to power up its FTL drive, and if it gets away, we'll no doubt warn the fleet of our position. We can't have that now, can we? However, it can't hurt us, so we're not too worried. I'm not going to turn on the ion bomb for this one. I'm just going to try and use the burst laser, because they can't do any oh, it is an Ion Blast Mark II. That is actually potentially really bad. Okay, that might be really dangerous. Really dangerous if they actually manage to hit us with a bunch of those. Well, they can no longer get out of here, so next shot is going to knock out their weapons, hopefully before they can turn off our shields completely. But it looks like we're getting pretty lucky. We've just leveled up our dodge ability with Remnant, which is very useful. And we're going to burst them in the weapons and hopefully prevent them from actually destroying us here, because the potential is definitely there. We knocked out their heavy lasers, so they're a lot less dangerous all of a sudden. Next burst laser shot's going to hit them in the weapons again, and then we're probably going to have to go back to the helms before they fix that and keep running. The ion bomb could have been used, but I don't think it was really necessary, so we didn't bother. Now, next burst laser shot is going in the helm to make sure they don't dodge. That was a terrible shot there, artillery beam. A terrible shot. Next burst laser should hit them in the shields, or rather what am I saying? In the helm. It should knock them out. There we go. Down goes the auto scout. Problem is solved. Their ship breaks apart, and we feel relief in the knowledge that we'll hopefully still stay one step ahead. We got 2 missiles, a drone part, and 17 scrap, which is not great, but not bad. Drone parts are always appreciated, especially if we start using them a lot. And we can use that money to buy ourselves an extra power bar, which we can put into our engines, giving us 32% dodge, which is definitely better. A third of the dodges instead of only a quarter of the dodges, definitely worthwhile. Let's jump over here and see what's in this northern part of the sector. We never know what's up there until we take a look. We pick up a distress call from a civilian ship being chased by a Mantis. Well, we have to help those civilians, of course. They look like they have Artemis missiles, but no teleporter, so we should be more or less safe. We power up weapons and prepare to engage the Mantis after powering up our defense drone. Okay, power out of the engines, out of the artillery beam, into the defense drone, because we need that thing online, otherwise that Artemis is going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage to us, or potentially could anyway. We're going to hit them in the weapons and hopefully try and take that thing out of blah blah blah. Take that thing offline as quickly as possible. We can block at least the first shot. There we go. That's good. And there we go. Knock the Artemis missile offline. We did save ourselves 2 damage here with our defense drone, which is probably worthwhile in the long run. I'd say anyway. Next, our burst laser is going into the helm to make sure they can't dodge anymore and make sure that we're more or less safe here. And there we go. They must have an NG on board because they already fixed that Artemis missile. Next shot is going into their shields because our drone should be able to handle their Artemis without too much trouble, although it is on the farthest point of its cycle, which means if they're aiming over here, they're probably going to hit it. Hopefully they don't get too lucky though. No, they did not. Fantastic. We hit them in the shields, but not before they fixed the helm, so we didn't actually manage to stop them from dodging, which is unfortunate. It looks like the artillery beam is going to get the kill on this one, as long as our oh, that was close. As long as our drone manages to shoot down their missiles, we should be okay, and there goes the kill. Nicely done. No damage taken, good job there, defense drone. The Mantis ship breaks apart, we get 2 fuel to drone part and 22 scrap. When we contact the civilian ship, we find that the ship was badly damaged in battle. Most of the crew accepts our offer to be dropped off at a nearby station, and one offers to join our crew. I'd love to welcome them aboard, but I'm going to have to decline their request, because I can't take any more crew anyway. Sorry there, chum. I probably should have taken him anyway, in case he brought any extra goodies on board with him, but whatever. Whatever. Not like there's any penalty for doing it that way. Alright, what are we going to buy next? I think our next purchase is going to have to be more power so we can run these things without turning off the systems we've already got. But it's tempting to just put the power into things when I have it spare, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes though. Let's jump over this way and work our way over here. It sounds like an interesting way to get around this galaxy, so let's go take a look. Is there anything interesting here? No. There aren't so many parts of Mantis space that aren't dotted by the wrecks of battles past, but this is one of them. We take a deep breath and prepare to move on. Okay, let's keep moving then. Since we're not doing the boarding strategy, we get a lot less fuel in this ship than we would otherwise. Who knows why the Mantis would venture so close to a sun? Perhaps it makes her more of a challenge, they say. They got a Heavy Laser Mark II and a basic laser, which is a little bit dangerous, and they have level 2 shields, so we're going to be powering up the ion bomb for this one. We're going to try and ion out their shields, and once that happens, we're going to try and burst laser them directly into weapons, and hopefully that'll make them take extra damage from the sun as well. We are going to need our system repair drone on this to put out those fires, so once they fire their first salvo, we're going to turn off our engines and put that power directly into our defense drone. It looks like we're about safe this time. And once the ion bomb charges up, we should be more or less good to go. More or less, anyway. And there goes the ion bomb. Hopefully it hits. Perfect shot. Hit them with the burst laser and the weapons. There we go. Now they've lost their heavy laser. They're a lot less dangerous. We really should have hit them in the weapons there, or the shields rather, to prevent them from actually knocking us out. But we're going to turn on the system repair drone and hopefully be able to put out any fires as soon as they happen, because I do not want to take any damage here from the sun. There we go. It's in an empty room. I don't need to worry about the system repair drone. You're offline again. Vent out that room. There's no problem with that. Hit them in the shields before they can fix them up. There we go. That's 3 damage in the shields. We're looking pretty solid here now. We don't really need the ion bomb at this point, so we're going to make sure we hit them with the artillery beam and they die a horrible death. Fantastic. Ship explodes, giving us a fuel, a missile, and 29 scrap. That worked out in our favor, and we're getting out of here before that sun burns us again. We're going to jump over... I don't know where we're going to jump. There's a lot of places to go here. Let's go over this way. Alright, that worked out for the best, I think. Probably the best it possibly could have. We find a rebel automated scout floating near this beacon. Despite being in pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated, so we're going to attempt to download the ship's data stores and hope for the best. Here we go. We're able to pull all the ship's data about this sector. Our map has been updated. We get 2 fuel, drone part, and 17 scrap. That worked out well for us. We'll close that door and make sure that works out good too. Put power back into the engines, and that's where we want it. We actually should put our system repair drone back where he's supposed to be, though. So system repair drone, back into your room. There we go. It might actually be a good idea to let someone damage a room, let the system repair drone get to the middle of the ship, and then depower him, so that when something happens, he'll just be halfway there or halfway there. He'll be closer to wherever anything happens. But I think for now we'll just leave him in the drone bay and hope for the best. So 49 scrap. Do we want to buy anything with that? We might save up for level 3 shields now, because that's probably the next best thing we can get to keep ourselves alive. Boosting up our artillery beam, boosting up our weapons might be a good idea, but I definitely like not dying. There's 2 distress beacons over here. Well, this one looks like it's a fight, so that looks like interesting stuff. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that should be good enough. So let's take a look over this part of space and see what's happening over here, this fight. Anything interesting? Oh, they have a teleporter. This could be bad. We overhear Mantis comm chatter saying, "Agreed. Next ship is your turn. Good hunting." They don't see us yet, which is okay. We're going to attack that ship. Here we go. This may be very stupid, but what we're going to do quickly is we're going to quickly vent all of our doors on the ship, except for the helm, so when they board us, we can quickly close the rooms. There we go. You're now locked in there, and you're going to start suffocating already. Fantastic. They have some possibly dangerous weaponry, if this is a dangerous kind of bomb, but I don't know yet until we fight them. We won't be able to find out. And it looks like the oxygen came back online, because I'm an idiot. So, turn off the oxygen, please. There we go. Burst laser them in... Burst laser them in, what, the weapons, I guess? Probably the weapons. Hit them in the weapons, turn off that bomb if at all possible. No, you did not turn off the bomb, that's okay. As long as it isn't something dangerous, we should be fine. These Mantis are burning through our rooms pretty quickly trying to get to us. Looks like it's a small bomb or an ion bomb. Ion bomb, but hit an empty room, so that's okay. We don't have to worry about that too much. We're going to hopefully watch these Mantis suffocate in a second before they get to any of the important rooms. Yes, there they go. They are dead. Turn back on the oxygen room. There we go. That's how we deal with boarders on this ship. Hit them in the weapons again, please. And we only hit the mini-beam again. This could be really bad. If they ion bomb us in like the shields or something really dangerous, we could be in a lot of trouble here. The potential for really nasty things to happen is definitely there. And they hit us in the weapons, which is basically going to mean we're going to rely on the artillery beam to kill them. There we go. Because you have, like, what, 30 seconds now where we can't use any of our weapons. And we're going to have to wait for them to charge up again once that's done. Not ideal, but you deal with what you got. The ion bomb's going to hit us again in a second too, because once it recharges, it goes pretty quick. Yeah. And they missed us this time, which works out in our favor. Excellent. And power back into those systems. We're going to hit them in the helm, I think, this time. Try and make sure... No, what we're going to do is we're going to wait until we can ion bomb them in the shields, maybe. Or just burst light them in the shields again, see if we can break through there. The ion bomb's going to take a while to charge up again anyway, so we might as well hit them while we have the opportunity and see what happens. There we go. Knocked out their shields completely. They missed us again, which is great. And if we can burst laser them again, or hit them with the artillery beam in a second, which is going to happen and going to kill them, then we should be fine. So we're not going to have to worry too much about this. And there goes the artillery beam. Did not actually manage to kill them, only hitting 2 rooms somehow. It's a terrible beam. But we killed them with the burst laser anyway, so it all worked out in our favor in the end. Ship explodes, giving us a fuel drone part 28 scrap, which is all good. And we have 78 scrap now in total. Nice. Jump over here, hit the 2 distress beacons up and get to the exit maybe. We may jump over to this beacon as well on the way back, depending on how much time we have. Let's check out this beacon down here and see what we got. So, a Mantis vessel flashes past our view screen, weapons and engines at full. A tiny tiny blip on the sensor readout marks its quarry. Alright, let's help those civilians. They've got missiles though, which makes it extra hard for our power to deal with this. We frown, power up weapons, and prepare to engage the Mantis. Not today. So, defense drone needs to be online. We need to turn off one level of engines, I guess, because we're going to be turning off our oxygen. 1 level of engines to do that. Power the defense drone. Open up all internal doors, except for the one in the helm, like previously. This should work out great. They have 2 layers of shield, so the ion bomb's going to be very useful here. And once they teleport on board, we should be able to deoxygenate those suckers. They're going to get into our helm pretty quickly though, so this isn't going to work out quite as well as it did previously, but it will work out a little bit. We'll be able to delay them, do some damage to them, then we should be able to run over to our med bay and keep ourselves alive. So long as our defense drone can take out those Artemis missiles, we should be fine. We're going to wait till our ion bomb is charged, because there's no point using it until we are ready, and we're going to run our way to the med bay in a second, and then we should be able to have them chase us. Actually, you might even be able to kill them. They have very little health. There we go. They ran away, in fact. That works out even better. Alright, turn power back on into the oxygen, which we are going to need, otherwise we're going to start dying soon. And, excuse me, ion bomb them in the shields. There we go. Perfect shot. We're going to hit them in the shields now with the burst laser to make sure they actually take some damage there, otherwise they're going to be repaired much too quickly. Next burst laser going into the weapons. Please hit those missiles, Artemis. We do not have the opportunity to get hit here. We only have 46 health on Remnant, which is definitely less than ideal. Hit them in the weapons, please, with the burst laser. There we go. They have no health, so they're not coming back. They have no med bay either, so that's definitely not happening. An amazing artillery beam shot there. We're cutting right across the helm. And one more shot from the burst laser should kill them, unless we get unlucky and miss one of our 2 damaging shots. I don't really want to waste any more ion bombs, so we're going to try not to, and down goes the Mantis fighter. That worked out very nicely for us. The Mantis ship breaks apart, giving us 2 fuel, 2 missiles, and 29 scrap, and when we contact the civilian ship, we find out that they ran away while we distracted their enemies. Nothing we can do about that. That's okay. We'll run over to the med bay, heal ourselves up, defense drone offline, power back where we need it, and things should be looking up for us. Ooh, 106 scrap, which means if we want to, we can put power directly into level 3 shields, although we won't be able to actually run them yet, but I think that's probably a good choice anyway. It looks like this deoxygenation strategy is working quite well for killing off the boarders, although it was a little bit unlucky there when they landed so close to us. We're going to buy that shield power though, because it's always useful. Next after that, we'll probably start putting power into our weaponry to make ourselves do more damage, because while it's great to be able to be harder to kill, it's definitely not great to not be able to defend yourself. Okay. Now, we have distress beacon, exit out, but there's nothing here, or at least there's probably nothing there. Let's see what's at this distress beacon first, and then we'll see where we go from there. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. The satellite defenses have gone haywire, and the repair crew can't approach without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. Now, this is why I kept the NG as well, because there's a lot of blue events that happen with NGs. When we could try and disable the defense system with our ion bombs, we could try and remotely repair their targeting system with our NGs. Either of these are probably fairly decent, and I guess we'll just remotely repair it. I think we may have done this earlier in this episode, or we do this fairly often, but whatever, we'll do it anyway. Remotely repair the targeting system. Our crew is able to remotely fix the glitch in the defense AI, allowing the repair crew to close in and finish the job. The station gives us its thanks as well as a reward, a missile, a drone part, and 39 scrap. Good enough for me, because we want power right now to put power into those higher level shields. So, that'll do for now, and if we need the higher dodge instead of the higher shields, we can always turn off that top layer. Looking pretty good here. Let's go over to this distress beacon and see what they want, and then we'll probably have to go straight to the exit. It looks like we're not going to have time to visit that little tiny spot beside it. We arrive at the beacon and immediately detect a pirate ship. It appears this distress beacon was nothing but a trap. What do they got? They got a boarding drone. That's terrible. Defense drone online. Shoot that sucker down. Alright. They also have a mini beam, so I can't turn all those shield layers off at the moment. That's really not good. Okay, power out of the engines for the moment. Defense drone online. Shoot that boarding drone down right now. Right now. Right now. Shoot him. You didn't even bother. You shot over there. He went in the ship right here. What did you expect was going to happen over there? Alright, defense drone offline. You're useless. Alright, we are in a lot of trouble right now. Defense drones are the one thing we really cannot handle. Also, the fact they have level 2 shields is really dangerous for us because... Oh man, he's going to go right into our weapons too and start destroying us. This is really bad. Really, really bad. Okay. 2 shields means we can't get in there and smash their drone bay quickly. So we're going to have to ion bomb them in the shields immediately and then immediately hit them in the drone bay. Hit them, please, before they take out our weapons. Fantastic. Drones are now completely offline, which should delay them a little bit. And we might be okay here if we can keep this up. It's too bad we had to waste a drone part for that, because it was really nothing. Nothing good came out of that. Burst laser them in the weapons, please. We need to make sure that drone bay never comes back online. 3 power bars, I think, for a drone. So that's okay. It should be pretty much safe now. The ship is trying to power up its FTL drive in order to escape. We'll see about that once our ion bomb can hit them if we need to. The artillery beam can hit them if it's going to. And we can just shoot them if that doesn't work. And perfect. They got completely screwed over there. They say that they want to surrender, offering us 3 fuel, 6 missiles, and 18 scrap. Now, we could accept this, but we don't need the missiles, really. We've got 23 already. Fuel, if there was more fuel, that'd be pretty good. Or more scrap, that'd be pretty good, but the missiles don't really help us out, so we're not going to accept that surrender. And we're going to ion burst them in the shields, which should hopefully kill them since they can't dodge. And that actually wound up being a lot better than it could have been. A lot better than it could have been. Wow. Alright. The ship explodes, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 31 scrap. Definitely much better than it could have been. Power into the power bars. That's what we need to be able to run our engines and shields simultaneously. Send our remnant, our NG, over to go fight this guy. It's going to take all day. And we'll power up our system repair drone in a second so that we can actually fix that hull breach without having to send our NG in there. Although I really should get him up to level 2 repair. But I think for now I'll just let the drone do it. That's okay by me. And we'll turn off the system repair drone and let him come and do the finishing touch. I'm in there, fix that rest of that hole up. It does level you up, right? Level 2. No, it didn't actually level you up at all. Maybe you have to do the whole thing to get any credit for it. Anyway, system repair drone back into your pod. There we go. Excellent. And this will eventually happen, so I'm just going to probably... he's doing 2 damage a shot. He's going to take all day. I'm going to stop recording, and I will come back once he's actually dead. Okay, so that took ages, but here we are again. Hopefully we'll be able to make some more progress now. We have all sorts of lovely things going for us, although we don't have the extra power that we were using earlier to power up our defense drones and whatnot, but that'll come back in time. We want to make sure we get our weapons running again, get the extra power we need to actually power them all, and things should go just fine. Now we're going to have to get straight to our exit, otherwise we are going to get overrun here, and there's nothing visibly there, so there's not a great deal. So we're going to go over to the exit and see if we can find anything here before we are forced out of the sector. We've arrived at the long-range beacon. When the FTL drive is charged, we'll be able to jump to the next sector. A ship hails us, saying, "Good sir, it seems you're having some troubles with the rebels. I'd like to help you, but I can't afford the upkeep required on this hunk of junk I'm flying. Maybe we can come to an arrangement?" Well, that's not going to happen, sir. You do have some fairly powerful weaponry, though. Artemis Missile, Burst Laser Mark II, Dual Laser. The potential for some serious damage outputs in there. He has 2 levels of shields as well, so we'll be using our ion bombs to knock those down. Hopefully this works out in our favor, but we're going to fight the ship, and hopefully it all goes well. Mercenaries are worse than rebels, and the only honorable course is for us to engage them in battle. Yes, indeed. So we need our defense drone, please. So we're going to be using our... We need our shields, too, so that's definitely not turning off. Defense drone online. And we're going to try and burst laser these suckers. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to try and ion bomb them in the shields and hopefully be able to burst laser them in the weapons as soon as that turns off. So please shoot down that missile. Thank you. Please miss lots of lasers. Awesome. That worked out great for us. Ion bomb, hit them in the shields, burst laser, knock out some of those weapons, and then we should be able to do some direct damage. There we go. Hit them, please. There we go. Now all they've got left is the burst laser Mark III, and they just shot down our defense drone. You jerks. Okay, it happens, but it's still a jerky thing when it does. We're going to smash them in the shields next to prevent them from being able to get out of here anytime soon. Power back into the engines for the time being so we can actually get that extra dodge. And now next burst laser is probably going to go back into the weapons again so they don't turn anything dangerous back online. Because as it stands, they're really not that scary, but they could be. The ship appears to be powering up its FTL and is trying to escape. However, we just get a nice long beam there with our artillery beam, and one more burst laser shot should kill them off. And now they're trying to surrender. They offer us our cargo if we let them live, giving 5 missiles, 2 drone parts, and 15 scrap, but that's really not the best offer. If it had been more fuel or more drone parts, I would have been probably taking it, but more missiles, I don't need more missiles. I've still got 23. So we're not going to accept their surrender, and down they go. Awesome. The ship explodes, giving us some useful scrap. Fuel, 2 missiles, and 21 scrap. Really, we probably should have taken the other offer at this point, because this is not a very good return, but we got at least an extra fuel, which is better than nothing. Fuel is probably going to be a problem for us later on in the game, but we'll hopefully be able to overcome that issue as we progress. So, let's keep moving and hope for some better luck here. We could power up... Nothing else really worth powering up at the moment. Let's jump ahead to the next sector and see what's over there. We have Zoltan Homeworlds down here, which we really can't afford to not go to, because getting the free resources down there is really nice. I was originally planning on coming up here to the Zoltan-controlled sectors so we could take this top path, like I said earlier. But I think for now we're going to come back down to the Zoltan Homeworlds because it's a Homeworlds area, and there's no reason to not go to Homeworlds areas. Even if it does mean you have to go through a nebula later, we should be okay by that point. So, Zoltan Homeworlds, here we come. Here we go. Yes, indeed. Alright, we've entered Zoltan territory. This species is not renowned for giving anything for nothing, but we can always be assured of fair hearing. Unless, of course, they happen to randomly attack you because meh. Yeah. Fair hearing, sure. Okay, so what do we want to power up next with our money? We should take a look at this before we progress any further. We're probably going to want to put some money into our weapons or our Artemis. We don't have any new weapons, so really buying more weapon power doesn't do us much good at this point, although it does make our weapons a lot more stable, meaning a single shot won't turn off our long recharge ion bomb. Or the artillery beam. If we can get that thing faster, it'll become a lot more useful in protracted? I think protracted means long. I have to look that up in a minute. Anyway, in protracted battles, this will be nice, especially if we can get it under 20-second cooldown, because that's really effective. But as it stands, we've got our shields and our engines where we pretty much want them for this part of the game, and I think we're going to go for things more support-y. We don't need a whole lot of power in our drone control, because we only have 3 power bars in it needed, and we don't really need to buy things like a teleporter or power up our medbay too much, because we're not going to need those. We are going to want higher level doors, maybe higher level radars, so we can see what's going on in the enemy ship. That's always nice. But I think our main focus is going to be weapons, and we can find them, and artillery beam if we can't. Because that's a pretty solid bet. Although more power would also probably be quite smart at this point, because we have to juggle our power quite a lot. So... 1 second. Alright, so let's keep moving. We're looking pretty good here, but I think we need to get on the road. So let's take a look at our map here. We got a big nebula here, which I think we're going to go down below this way, and we'll arc our way back up through the nebula to the exit from the looks of things. We'll have to see what happens as we go, but I think that sounds pretty solid to me. Let's jump down to this first beacon and get moving. Alright, what do we have here? We pick up the last broadcast from a rupturing Zoltan freighter. The Mantis! They're here! Please! We're interrupted by fire off the port bow. Alright, well, they have a teleporter, so we're going to immediately start prepping our ship for dealing with boarders. Close off that door, let everything else suffocate out quickly. They are on board in our weapons room, which is perfect. We're going to close those doors on them, turn off the oxygen. That way these guys should suffocate pretty quick. We are going to burst laser into... Ooh, defense drone needs to be online, otherwise that breach missile over there is going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage. Turn on the defense drone. We're going to ion bomb them in the shields, which should work out okay, and we'll burst laser them in the weapons once the ion bomb hits. Here comes some heavy lasers, which are fine. The breach missiles are the scary thing on this ship, and there go the Mantis! That worked out pretty well for us. Turn the oxygen back on, thank you very much. Turn off another layer of engines, I guess, to do that. It's not exactly ideal, but it works. Now we're going to hit them in the engines, I think, because it looks like our weapons can tank this stuff out pretty decently. We just need to make sure they can't get their shields back online once the ion wears off. So one more salvo of burst laser into the shields should keep them more or less under control, and then we should be pretty okay here. Pretty okay. We can work on taking their weapons out in a second. Their shields should be pretty badly damaged now. They're down to 1 layer, and the artillery beam just took that out for us. It only did 2 damage, I think, but still took out that system, which is not bad. And there goes one of their breach missiles once again. We've knocked out only the wrong weapon, but the next burst laser should kill them anyway, so it's not the end of the world. We're going to aim for the helm to try and make sure our accuracy stays nice and high, although if we miss one of these shots, we're not going to be able to kill them this salvo, which is unfortunate. Go, 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 go! And yes, 3 hits, down goes the Mantis fighter. First hit broke the helm, which meant the subsequent 2 are bound to hit. Ship explodes, giving us 2 missiles, a drone part, and 29 scrap, which is not great, but not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. What are we going to do with this now? We've got 66 scrap. I think we're going to save up to buy artillery beam and a power bar, because that way we'll be able to have even faster firing artillery. Now, I think what we're going to do here is we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll work our way through that part once we get there. Hopefully that works out well for us. It's hard to tell in advance what we're going to find, but we'll have to go and see. We jump just in time to witness a Zoltan ship's FTL drive overload. In his final moments, their captain implores us to not get involved, but it's too late. Their attacker is already upon us. Alright, they got bombs, they got burst laser Mark 1s, and halberd beams. So we're going to need to power up our engines to dodge those suckers. We don't need the defense drone, hopefully. Hopefully the bomb isn't too dangerous either, and we can just worry about ion bombing them in the shields and then burst lasering them into next week. Because that would be lovely if that works out exactly as planned. Now, the halberd beam should be more or less safe. It hits in the engine, which is unfortunate, so if I can turn on our repair drone. I will do that in a second, but I'm going to wait till the ion bomb fires so I don't miss the timing on it. There we go. Hit them in the weapons. Hopefully knock out that bomb. There we go. System repair drone, come online. Go fix our engines. We're going to burst laser them in the shields next, right? Because we want to make sure we keep their shields offline. It looks like their weapons actually caught fire because the halberd beam just leveled down there, which is pretty nice for us. They're down to just the small bomb, which is even better. That means they're down to 1 power bar in there, although the small bomb is really not the thing we want them to have online. And there, they're actually burned out completely. They're offering us now 4 missiles, 4 fuel, and 21 scrap, which is not great. If it was more fuel and more drone parts and some scrap, maybe I'd take it, but 4 missiles I don't really need. So we're not going to accept their surrender. We're going to hope for more when we kill them, and that will be very soon, because the artillery beam just did a nice heap of damage. So blast them a couple times with the burst laser. What do we get from the wreckage? We find a missile, a drone part, and 31 scrap, so that's not really much better, but that's okay. We're going to put power into the artillery beam, buy another power bar, and turn that thing on. There we go. We're going to turn off our system repair drone once it gets to the med bay, because it's nice in the middle of the ship, which should actually make us a little bit more effective at quickly dealing with repairs. I'm not sure how well that'll actually work, but we'll find out. We're going to jump down here, we'll work our way up this way, I think, like I said, and hopefully find some goodies up ahead. What do we have over here? We jump into a debris field that used to be a Zoltan cruiser. Unfortunately, its NG escort takes us for the attacker and retaliates, refusing all hails. Well, that's not so good. They've got some heavy lasers, too. So what do they have? Dual laser, heavy laser, burst laser Mark II. That's 6 total lasers. If they fire all those at the same time, we could be in a lot of trouble, but hopefully they'll miss a bunch of those. We won't be too dangerous. It looks like we're... Ooh, we got lucky on that last one. We were at risk of taking at least 1 damage there, but it looks like we got off okay. So we're going to be going straight for the weapons here to try and make them a little bit less dangerous. Here we go. Knock out some of those. There we go. Reset all the timers, left only the burst laser online. That's perfect. Now they're not half as dangerous. Next shot is going into the shields, and the artillery beam is going to go off in a second, which should do some nice damage for us as well. And by nice damage, I mean 2 damage. That was terrible. I guess the ship having a big hole in the middle makes it really hard for our artillery beam to actually track the enemy. 1 more burst laser into the shield should prevent them from coming fully back online. They've got 1 shield bar left, but that's not the end of the world. They do have NG on this ship, so they repair things very quickly. We've missed again, which is not great. And I think we should be able to... Ooh, we should really focus on taking out that helm now, otherwise we're going to get seriously pummeled in a second or two. Because their burst lasers can go off, and we don't have any shield bars recovered yet. Please hit one of their weapons. Nope, not happening. We knocked out 2 of the others, but they hit us in the med bay. So system repair drone, go. They don't have the power for it, but the artillery beam killed them anyway, so it's not the end of the world. Ship explodes, giving us a missile, a drone part, and 32 scrap. That's pretty good. Let's get over here and fix up the med bay. I think our next job to do is to power up our artillery beam to level 4, because that would be extra nice, having that 20-second recharge thing. It's crazy powerful. It fires almost as fast as we can shoot the ion bomb, which is pretty darn helpful. So here we go. Where are we going to go next? We're going to go over here. The rebels are already chasing us, so we might want to get a move on, otherwise we're going to get quickly overrun. And we jump straight into an asteroid field, which is great. Just great. We arrive in an asteroid field and are greeted by a Zoltan guard. By attempting to access these closed mining fields, you are in violation of the Natural Mineral Processing Act. Your weaponry will be confiscated for processing. We don't have time for this, but there's nothing we can do about it. 2 burst lasers and a bomb, as well as Zoltan shields. That is a nasty combination. A nasty combination. Hopefully the asteroids pummel them and we can get those shields down before we can fire our ion bomb. Otherwise the ion bomb will be more or less wasted against the Zoltan shields. But it looks like they're... Oh, no, they dodged that one. Please hit them again. Please, please, please miss us. Please miss us. Miss, 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 miss. Oh, they blasted our shields, which is the worst possible thing. System repair drone, turn on, put those fires out, fix those shields. We need them online right now. Please, 1 more asteroid, hit them in the shields. Oh, that's all I'm asking. 1 more asteroid, hit them, please, come on. It's not happening. I need them to hit the shields, otherwise I can't use my ion bomb. It doesn't do any damage. There we go. Their shields are off. Hit them in the shields with the ion bomb. We're getting badly pummeled here, which is really bad. Hit them in the weapons. Turn off some of those burst lasers. There we go. Did some damage. They have 1 burst laser left online. We have no shields functioning left because of all this fire. This is terrible. Their ship has been destroyed, though, so we have a chance of recovering here. A very slim one, but still a chance. The ship explodes, giving us 2 missiles, a drone part, and 37 scrap. That hurt quite badly. Quite badly indeed. We got a lot of damage there. Luckily, a lot of it was small bomb damage, so it didn't actually damage our hull, so it felt less. It felt like it did more than it actually did. So we'll get our NG fixing up that damage. That drone fixes things really quickly, too. I think they fix it even faster than the speed of our NG, which is crazy. Maybe they fix it the speed of a max skill NG? I don't know. They fix really fast. Alright, let's get over there and fix the drone bay before the drone does. And they hit us in the oxygen. You kidding me? Go away. Okay, turn on the shields, max level, because apparently the asteroids feel like being jerks here. They hit us while we're here with no one fighting us. Alright, that's not cool. Get over here and fix the drone bay. Now you can't hit us anymore, you stinking asteroid field. Get over there, fix that system up. Our oxygen is offline for some reason, so turn that back on. I'm not sure why that happened. Where's the power bar that used to be in there? I don't know. Let's get back over to the med bay and Heal that up. The system repair drone had that power bar, really? I guess I didn't notice that. Back to the helm, back power into the engines, power back into the engines. There we go. Now we need to jump onwards. There's a store over here. Maybe we'll find something good there. Let's see what they've got. Hopefully it's not crew, not systems, because those don't help us at all anymore. A human ship hails, saying, "My friends, please, there's nothing I don't have, and there's nothing worth wanting that I can't get. Why not take a look around my shop? What do you have? Ooh, those are good. Those are good. Teleporter's not great, but the other things are good. Scrap recovery arm is very valuable, and the automated reloader is also great. We can only afford one, though. We're 4 scrap. Really 4 scrap away from being able to afford a different one? There's nothing to sell, so we cannot get it. That's terrible. We're 4 scrap away from buying both of these amazing items. I think the scrap recovery arm might be the best choice, because it'll just give us the most money in the world. But the automated reloader is so powerful. An 18-second weapon getting 15% of its time cut off is really good. It's like 2 whole seconds. It's not as big a deal on the burst laser, it's like 1 second there, but that's pretty good on the ion bomb. I think, though, for now we'll go scrap recovery arm, because it gives us the most immediate benefits. Well, not the most immediate benefits, it gives us the most long-term benefits, is what I meant to say. Yeah, buy a fuel, buy 2 fuel, and buy a power bar, I think. We're gonna need more power soon anyway, and we might as well get the power now so we can keep our drone active, system repair if we need it, because it's always better to stay alive than to stay dead. Let's check out this location and see if there's anything over there. Is there anything good here? Hopefully there is. What do we find? We find a Zoltan station near this beacon who is happy to receive us. As they give us the formal tour of their ship, we spy some local star charts and mentally log the details. Interesting. So they're just a friendly Zoltan cruiser who wanted to show us around. I don't think I've ever seen that event before, or if I have, I don't remember it. And there's an ion storm here. Okay, so we're going to jump into the nebula over this way, I think, and work our way over here. There's a store over there. We have no money left, so we're probably going to work our way down this way over this just beacon into the exit. I think that's probably the most profitable route we could take. Hopefully it winds up being that, in fact. This nebula turns out to be the hiding place of a terrified rock crew taking refuge from the Zoltan border police. They don't seem prepared to risk us leaving with their coordinates and open fire. Alright, well that's okay. We're going to ion bomb you in the shields, and we turn on our defense drones so we don't immediately get blasted by rockets to the face. The Artemis missiles are the only dangerous thing on their ship, so if we can stop them from hitting us with them, I will be quite happy about that. We do want to get our Artemis artillery beam up a little bit higher, but given how much more... Oh, come on, thankfully it missed us. Given how much more scrap we're going to need to get there, it might take us a while, given that it takes 110 scrap to upgrade the artillery... I keep saying Artemis. The artillery beam to maximum level. And we only have 0 at the moment because we bought that scrap recovery arm, although the scrap recovery arm should help with speeding up the process. We'll have to see how it goes. So the artillery beam do some nice damage in that ship. Rock ships are nice and compact, so artillery beams are great against them, especially this one. All the rooms are in very close quarters. So their shields are completely broken now. As long as our defense drone manages to keep shooting down their rockets, we should be just fine. We're actually going to shoot them in the shields, I guess. It doesn't really do any better to do anything, help us any more to hit anything else. We want to hit them in the shields, though, because that way they can't recover the shields. They've also hit us with an Artemis missile. You stinking defense drone, your one job here is to stop that from happening. Make sure no one hits us with anything. And you still make them hit us with things. And we missed. Awesome. Fantastic. And we just got hit again. The defense drone just watched that happen. You stinking jerk. The ship hails trying to surrender, offering us 6 missiles, a drone part, and 18 scrap if we leave them in peace, saying that they were total aliens were a threat to their ways. However, we don't need 6 missiles, thanks. We need anything other than missiles. Fuel, drones, money, weapons, augments, anything else, but this is terrible, so we're not accepting that surrender, and down they go. That's 2 missiles this thing failed to drop in one fight. Ship explodes, giving us a 3 fuel, a drone part, and 34 scrap, which is pretty good, but come on, guys. I put money into you, I put power into you, I put everything into you, spend drones on you, and you miss 2 missiles in one fight. That's terrible. Alright. Fix up that drone bay there, Remnant. You're leveling up your repair skill quite nicely. It sounds like we're on fire somewhere, but I don't see where. I'm going to turn on our system repair drone, see if he can find the fire. I don't see it. Is it in here? No. Where are we on fire? Oh, apparently we're on fire over there. We'll vent that out. Don't need to send a repair drone for that. There we go. Should put the fire out, no problem. At least it didn't spread to anything important. And there we go. Nicely done there, drone. Yuck, that's just a lot of damage for no reason. Okay, well, we're going to keep working our way forward and hopefully find some goodies up ahead. What do we have over here? Is this an interesting fight? It's a drone. An advanced rebel automated ship remains stationed near a small rebel space station. However, without functioning sensors, we can't tell what's inside. We can attack the ship to get to the station, and that's probably what we're going to do, because the alternative is literally doing nothing. They have no bomb, well, they have no missiles, they have bombs and a burst laser Mark II, which makes them not that dangerous, but they do have 3 shields again as well. It's a lot of 3 shield enemies for this part of the game. It's very odd. We're going to ion bomb them in the shields, and then we're going to try burst lasering them down, since they probably can't do too much damage to us. I say right before they bomb out our drone control again, the one thing that really could do damage to us. Alright, knock out those shields, hit them in the shields. Please do damage to their shields. We need to knock them offline, please. And here comes more bombs. Thankfully for us, they missed us, and the artillery beam should do 5 damage to these guys. It's a fantastic weapon now against these auto assaults. It used to be completely garbage, but now it consistently hits every room instead of only hitting 2 rooms, which is fantabulous. So, we are going to hit them again. They can't hurt us, so we're going to send Remnant over to start fixing the drone control already, because honestly, we need that system back online as soon as possible, and we're going to burst laser them to an early grave, because they can't dodge anymore with no help. And down they go. Alright, what do we get from them? We get 27 scrap from the broken ship, and when we investigate the station, we find that it was either abandoned or stripped clean. It seems to have lain unused for quite some time. We find nothing useful. That's unfortunate. There was a small chance of finding drones or what have you in there, drone parts, or drone schematics rather, but it looks like we got unlucky and did not get anything here. That's okay though. We'll turn our system repair drone back on so we can actually heal up, because I really don't want to have to spend another drone part on him. We're going to wait till he heals back up. He's down to like 6 health, which is really not very good. And I think we'll get out of here. We have 66 scrap, which is pretty good, but not enough to actually put into any of these systems. At least not to put them in any productive way. We could upgrade our doors again, but I think we'll hold on to the money and boost up our attack potential, because we really want to be able to kill people faster at this point. So we're going to jump down here and see what's at this beacon. It's probably nothing, because it's an empty beacon in a nebula, which basically always have nothing, which is why I hate nebulas in the first place. But we'll see. Yep, nothing. Without active sensors, we have no other option but to look out of viewports and apprehension. It's eerily quiet. Okay, well, let's keep moving then. We're not going to jump down there, because we're probably going to run out of space if we have to get all the way around to the exit again. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and then out. Hopefully that asteroid field is not too dangerous. It doesn't appear to have any enemies in it, though, just a distress beacon, so we'll take a look and see what we get. A ship with pirate markings demands our surrender. It's sad times when even Zoltan space is beset by pirates. We doubt these fools will be missed. Alright, these guys are going to try boarding us in a second, so we vent all our doors out like we normally do. Hopefully they don't board us into the cockpit. Everything else will be fine. And they boarded us into our radar room, which means we can happily suffocate them. Alright, we're going to ion bomb them in the shields, do some nice damage that way. We'll turn off the oxygen before that oxygen comes back in. And we are going to burst laser these suckers once the ion bomb charges up. Here comes some lasers, though. This could hurt if we get unlucky. No, we got pretty lucky there. Ion bomb go. They think they have an ion bomb too based on it. Yes, they do. Hopefully they don't hit us anywhere important. They missed us entirely, which is exactly what I wanted to see. We hit them in the weapons to make sure they can't do any damage with those nice lasers. And we knocked out one of the deadly lasers, which is good. The only one left can't do any damage on its own. They have all died off, so we're closing all those external doors like we have already. Turning the oxygen back on so no one suffocates, because that would be an unfortunate way to go. The artillery beam is about to fire. There we go. Doing some nice damage, and makes them want to surrender, offering us a fuel drone part 23 scrap. But that's pitiful, so we're not accepting that surrender. Thanks, but no thanks. Next shot is going to hit them in the shields again, because we don't want those coming back online. There we go. And now they're going to fire an ion bomb at us, which hopefully isn't going to hit anything important. Hopefully, anyway. Burst laser next shot is going into the weapons. Here comes the bomb. Hits us in an empty room. Not a problem. Burst laser them in the weapons, and everything should be good. There we go. Down goes the Mantis fighter. What do we get from that? We get 2 fuel, 1 drone part, and 27 scrap. That's a pretty pitiful reward, but I'll take it because it's better than nothing. Now we're going to jump again. We're actually going to power up our artillery beam, I think. We'll turn off the system repair drone, put that power directly into the artillery beam so it's even faster firing. And we'll jump over here and fight these guys, jump to the distress beacon, and then work our way to the exit. Sounds good to me. What do we have going on here? There must be one of the rebels' unmanned scout ships. Looks like there's no way around to fight. Well, they've got archer missiles, beam drones, basic lasers, and some kind of bomb. So defense drones, you're looking like you're needed here, but I don't know what we're going to swap out for you. Defense drone, go. I'm not exactly sure how good you'll be, but that's okay. We're going to ion bomb them in the shield and hopefully do lovely damage. Also, the fact that the artillery beam fires... artillery beam? Yes, that's what I was trying to say. The artillery beam fires so fast, makes it quite nice. Please shoot that down. Thank you. It's a small bomb. What does it hit? The drone control. Of course it hits the drone control. The one room that will turn off everything I've got going here to protect me is the one that immediately gets hit. Okay. Thanks for nothing there. And soon our artillery beam will go off. This missile had better miss us naturally. No, it hits us in the oxygen. Fantastic. We're going to burst laser them in the weapons to turn off those missiles, and then we're going to go fix the damage ourselves. There we go. Fix the oxygen. Go fix the drone control. System repair drone you can't turn on because I don't have any power in there, which is silly. And next, burst laser is going to go into their shields. Okay. That was definitely unfortunate. That was the worst possible outcome there, but we did manage to take out their weapons, so that worked out okay in the long run anyway. They only have 2 health left, and they might be able to get 1 shield bubble online, but they're definitely going to go down in an expert laser salvo, or in that artillery beam, which works out just fine for me too. Ooh. The ship explodes, giving us a substantial collection of useful scrap material, including a missile, a drone part, 31 scrap, and a burst laser Mark 1. It's a terrible weapon compared to anything else, but it's definitely a free weapon, which I can't say no to. Any free damage is better than having no damage. Alright, back into the helm. Everything is looking pretty good, although we want to put our engines back up. I should have done that when the defense drone turned off. I'm a bit of a fool for that. But sometimes we do silly things. System repair drone, heal yourself back up, please. Remnant, you're almost at max level repair, aren't you? 2 more repairs to do. That's pretty good. The faster you are at repairs, the more likely we are to actually survive this adventure. Alright, power back up to that drone, looking good. Things are looking pretty solid here now. Pretty solid. Power back into the artillery beam, 49 scrap. Should we put scrap into anything else? I think our next purchases are going to go into our weapon system to get the burst laser Mark 1 online. It's not great, but having 5 lasers instead of 3 is definitely nice. And we're going to jump straight over to this distress beacon and see what's going on here. Looks like we might even have an extra beacon, so we'll be able to go there and back. I kind of judged that distance a little bit wrong, but that's okay. It's hard to judge when you're going through nebulas. What do we have going on here? We jump into a Zoltan security ship as it follows a Mantis pirate into an asteroid field. They message us saying, "Your presence here will continue to be tolerated, but please do not interfere." Well, we have the option of interfering and saving the Mantis, interfering and helping the Zoltan, or not interfering. What do? We are in an asteroid field, which makes the Zoltan thing a little bit more reasonable. Mantis are probably going to try and board us. We can deal with that. Neither of these are really useful to you, because the Mantis take most of the loot from killing the Zoltan, or rather, they say they do, and they don't give you much help. I've never seen them do anything other than that. The Zoltan are mad that you've interfered, and they don't like you either. So it's basically just to pick your enemy and fight an enemy, or do nothing. So I think we're going to fight the Mantis. We're going to help the Zoltan ship. Here we go. We overtake the Zoltan and catch up with the Mantis ship in the asteroid belt. Time to make some friends. Alright, Hermes missiles, that's not so good. And we've also got boarding parties. So, what are we going to do here? Their lasers aren't so powerful, so we're actually going to take a layer out of the shields for crazy reasons. And are we? I think we're going to put that, maybe we'll put that back in. I don't know. It doesn't cost us much to get our drone online, because we are going to be turning off our oxygen temporarily, venting out our doors, except for the doors to the helm, of course, so the boarders get trapped in oxygenless areas. Of course, they did spawn right beside us, which is not very good for us. Hopefully we'll be able to do some damage to them before they get in here, but I'm not counting on too much happening. We're going to knock out their shields as quickly as possible with our bombs, and hopefully our drone can actually shoot for the rockets and not the asteroids, but there's no promises that's going to happen. Here comes a Hermes missile. Please shoot it down. Please shoot it down. Yes, you did. Fantastic job. Remnant, run to the med bay. We're leaving that door open. We're trying to suffocate them out here. Hopefully this works. Power up the med bay. There we go. And nice artillery beam, did some nice damage across the line there. Burst laser needs to hit them, otherwise I'm going to forget to fire it. We're going to hit them in the helm with this one so they don't go anywhere. They're going to smash our helm probably before they get killed, which is not great, but all of their majorly dangerous weapons are now offline, and we can basically just tank our way out here. We do want to suffocate those guys, so that's okay. We're going to do that as quickly as possible this way by venting out the oxygen directly, which should keep them dead. They're hiding in there because it's the only room that has oxygen in it, which is fine by me. Now they're trying to fix the damage to those rooms, close all the doors, trap them in there while they suffocate, and everything should be just fine. Once we turn our oxygen back on, we should be okay. We're going to hit these guys for the kill with burst laser now. I've been focusing way too much on my ship and not on their ship, which is not great, but hey, they're dead anyway. As we're salvaging the Mantis wreck, the Zoltan Security Patrol returns with 3 other ships. We salvage what we can and set off before they can stop us for questioning, getting 2 missiles, a drone part, and 23 scrap. Alright, get in here and turn the oxygen back on, and we should be doing pretty good. Although I did just turn off the medbay, which is an idiot move. Turn the medbay back on so we do not lose our crew before the oxygen comes back in. There we go. That was stupid of me. Our drone can happily shoot down those asteroids while we're fixing up our systems here. I'm not going to bother turning him off until we're done, because hey, why not? Give him something to do. And power back into the engines. There we go. Back over to our helm, fix that up, and we should be doing just fine. So, power back into the helm, or rather repairs back into the helm. We should probably level that up so we can't get taken out quite so easily. But I kind of want to hold on to the money and upgrade our weapons for the time being. Defense drone offline, power into our systems where we need it. We want to get more power too, because honestly, our ship's a little bit underpowered as far as it goes. There's going to be nothing at this beacon because it's an exit beacon, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think we are just going to jump ship and get out of here because it's not worth getting a rebel fight here. This long-range beacon is almost hidden within a nebula. When the long-range FTL is charged, we'll be able to jump out of here. Hoobity-doo, 74 scrap. We can put some more into here. It's going to take 85 just to power up the weapon control to where we want it, and then another 65 to get the power bars for it. Or we can put power into things like our piloting and our drone bay. I think what we should do is power up our drone bay to level 3 so we can't immediately get completely destroyed with 1-2 damage bomb. That's probably a good idea, because I'm getting tired of that happening. Now we can keep our system repair drone on, even if they hit it with even if they hit the system with a small bomb, which I would definitely like to be able to do. We're very low on hull, but we should be okay. And what else do we want to put money into? Straight into our here? Do we put more into doors to protect us from more borders? I guess we should look at what we're going into next. What's our next jump? Zoltan-controlled sector again, so it doesn't look like we're going to need too much anti-border help here, because the odds are it's not going to be too many more Mantis. And I guess we should put our power into our helm then? Or our weapons? I don't really know. Weapons is probably the best choice. If we find many more people with Zoltan shields, we're going to want those higher level weapons pretty promptly. But for now, I think we'll just hold on to that 54 scrap, and we'll jump ahead to the next sector. Into the Zoltan-controlled sector we go, and then we have nothing but 2 nebula choices ahead of us. Hopefully one is a Slug Home Nebula, because that's probably the best of all your nebula options. We're far from Federation home space here in Zoltan territory, and it's not clear whether the authorities will have any goodwill remaining. Still, we're going to have to keep pushing forward. However, we're going to have to also stop this episode here for now. Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor playing through the Sole Survivor Challenge. 1 crew, the entire galaxy. Yes, indeed. If you've enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like the episode, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.